Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today our lecture is about polycythemia. Polycythemia, it is defined as an increase in the hemoglobin concentration above the upper limit of normal for the patient's age and gender and abnormally high red cell count. It may be relative when there is a hemoconcentration due to decreased plasma volume, or it can be absolute when there is an increase in the total red cell mass. In the relative polycythemia, polycythemia, the red cell mass will be falsely high because the plasma volume will be low and the red cell mass they will appear abnormally high. The polycythemia, it is classified into relative polycythemia or pseudopolycythemia, and and the second category is absolute polycythemia, also known as erythrocytosis. Relative polycythemia or pseudopolycythemia, it results from the dehydration conditions such as occur in a prolonged vomiting or diarrhea or excessive use of diuretics. The relative polycythemia, it has also linked with another condition which is called stress polycythemia or Gaze-Book syndrome. Affected individuals, they are usually hypertensive, obese and anxious. Absolute polycythemia or erythrocytosis, they are further classified into primary and secondary conditions. They are called primary when it results from the intrinsic abnormality of hematopoietic precursors, and it will be secondary when the red cell progenitors they are responding to increased level of erythropoietin. Erythropoietin, it is an hormone which is released from the kidneys in response to hypoxic conditions. Now this table it summarizes the causes of relative and absolute polycythemia. The major cause of relative polycythemia is a reduced plasma volume resulting from dehydration, and absolute the in primary and secondary causes they are differentiated from each other from the erythropoietin level. As we have read already that primary polycythemia, it results from the intrinsic abnormality of hematopoietic cells, which means they are independent of erythropoietin. So when there is increased production of red blood cells, there will be the feedback inhibition and erythropoietin will be not released from the kidney and their levels will be low. The conditions which cause primary polycythemia, primary are polycythemia vera and inherited erythropoietin receptor mutation. And the secondary causes will mostly be those which causes hypoxic conditions in the body. These all causes they are related to hypoxia in one way or the other, such as compensatory. They occur in lung disease, high altitude living, cyanotic heart diseases. Paraneoplastic, they will be related to erythropoietin secreting tumors such as renal carcinoma, hepatocellular carcinoma, and cerebellar hemangioblastoma. Hemoglobin mutants with high oxygen affinity and inherited defects that stabilize hypoxia inducible factor 1 alpha. They are the Chuvash polycythemia and prolyl hydroxylase mutations. Clinical features. Polycythemia vera, it is usually disease of older people and has an equal sex index. Clinical features, they result from hyperviscosity, hypervolemia, hypermetabolism and thrombosis, headaches, dyspnea, blood pain and night sweat. Pruritus, characteristically after a hot bath, can be a severe problem. Plethoric appearance, rudicinosis, conjunctival suffusion and retinal venous engorgement. Splenomegaly is seen in 75% of the patient. Hemorrhage or thrombosis, either arterial or venous may be seen. Gout as a result of raised uric acid production. This is a picture from old age women which show the engorgement of facial veins and the conjunctival veins they are engorged. This picture shows the hepatomegaly and splenomegaly. Laboratory findings. The hemoglobin, hematocrit and red cell count they are increased. and the total red cell mass, total red cell volume is increased. A neutrophil leukocytosis is seen in greater than 50%, and some have increased basophil. A raised platelet count is present in about half of the patient. The JAK2 mutation is present in the bone marrow and peripheral blood granulocyte in over 95% of the patient. This JAK2 mutation, it is a kind of pathognomic mutation which is seen in case of polycythemia. And when the bone marrow is examined, it will appear hypercellular with the trilineage growth, which means all the red cell precursor, white cell precursor, and platelet precursors, they all will be increased. Serum erythropoietin level will be low in case of primary polycythemia. Plasma urate is often increased. The serum lactate dehydrogenase is normal or slightly raised. Circulating erythroid progenitors, erythroid colony forming unit, and erythroid burst forming unit, they are increased compared to the normal and grow in vitro independently of the added erythropoietin. This condition is also most likely seen in primary polycythemia. Chromosomal abnormalities, they have also been documented, such as deletions of 9p and 20q, and they are found in minority of subjects, and mutations in TET2 or other epigenetic genes, and they occur in 10 to 20%. Treatment. Treatment is aimed at maintaining a normal blood count. The hematocrit should be maintained at around 0.45% and the platelet count below 400. This is mistyped. This is 400 into 10 is to power 9 per liters. The platelet count is important because if the level is high, it may lead to the thrombosis, which is a life-threatening condition. And the second, the treatment options are venesection, hydroxycarbamide, JAK inhibitors, interferon, and aspirin. Venesections, it is a removal of blood from the body. Course and prognosis. In 30% of the patient, the polycythemia vera, it will be converted into myelofibrosis. And polycythemia vera, they can also be convertible to acute myeloid leukemia in approximately 5% of the patients. And overall, the prognosis is good with a median survival rate of over median survival period of over 10 years. Thank you.